Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. One of the ultimate goals with my vintage baseball card collection is to have entire runs of a player's base cards throughout their playing days. And so far, I've managed to complete a couple of them. I've completed the Thurman Munson Playing Days run. I have the Carl Yastrzemski run complete, including his Fleer and Donruss cards. I'm one card shy of completing the Tom Seaver run. I need his rookie card. I'm two cards shy of completing the Frank Robinson run, and I'm three cards shy of completing the Johnny Bench run. But at this year's National, I picked up the three remaining cards I needed to complete my Hank Aaron run, including his Topps and one Bowman card. So for the first time, I'm going to show off all the Hank Aaron cards that I have in my collection, his entire run, plus a couple other cards I have of his. Now I'm going to start off by turning the camera around, doing an individual look at the cards, and then I'm going to finish up with just a quick tabletop display showing all the cards together. So let's go take a look. I'm going to start off with his last playing days card and work my way back and save the best card for last. So we're going to start off with his 1976 Topps card. Really love the color combination on this one. Great image there of Hank Aaron. And there's the back. Then I also have card number 1 from the set. I don't think this is part of his registry, but it is a card that I have in my collection. Most runs batted in lifetime. And there is the back. I don't know if I can zoom in there. Yep, there we go, showing that he broke at the time Babe Ruth's record. Then his 75. At some point, I want to get more of the 75 minis. I think they're just really cool cards. The only one I have is the Carl Yastrzemski mini card from 75. There's the back. And I have, I'm pretty sure this is not part of his registry, but the 74 highlights. There we go. Aaron Sett's homer mark. Then card number 1 from the 74 Topps set, all-time home run king. Of course, this is famous for Topps putting this card out technically before he broke Babe Ruth's home run record. I think he was 6 home runs shy entering the 74 season, but they assumed that he would at least get 6 home runs, which he did. Here's his 73. I think this is sort of like the first or only really in action sort of shot or image of Hank Aaron. I really like the centering on the back of this one. Here's his 72. I managed to find some pretty well-centered copies for my Hank Aaron cards. Some of them were easier to come by than others, depending on the set. Some sets, of course, are notorious for off-centered cards. Here's his 71. This is one of them. 71 just tends to be really tough with the centering, the side, the borders on the left, right, and bottom are fairly small. So you really notice some imperfections there on the centering, but this one's a nice copy. Hardly any chipping at all on the black border. And there's the back. And finally, the last card from the 70s, his 1970 Topps card. I know a lot of people like this card. It's sort of a candid shot of Hank Aaron. Not necessarily one of my favorite Hank Aaron cards, but I do know that there are some fans of the 1970. And there's the back. All right, getting into the 1960s. Is 69. And you're going to start seeing some fairly similar images. I don't know if they're the exact same images, but Topps started to use some similar images for not only Hank Aaron, but other players in the 60s. There's the back. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if it's just pretty. I think it is the same image there. His 68. His 67. If I can get the camera, there we go. I'm having problems lately with my camera here focusing for some reason. I like that image of him. His 66. This one's only a technical grade of a 4, but I think it's a great looking card. His 65, and if you notice, this one is not in a PSA slab. This is one of the several remaining that I need to get out of the BVG slab. So I technically do have the run. It's not in the registry as a complete run because this version here is not in a PSA slab, but one day it will. Again, you'll see it in the tabletop display on why I like to have all my cards in the same slab, and in this case a PSA, because this is just sticks out like a sore thumb that hey, they're not all PSA, they don't all look the same. And so thank goodness I'm not displaying these cards right now. I don't have any room to do that, but this would definitely stick out. I love the card, just don't like the fact that it's in a BVG slab. But there's the 65. Really nice card. 64. Another great image there. Love the 64 design. I always think it has sort of like a 3D look. Typically, they have the player going outside and on top of that top border there. Here's the back. Here's one of the cards that I picked up at the National, is 63. Love the colors on that. And this one here from the 63 set, Power Plus, featuring Hank Aaron and Ernie Banks. Then another one of my favorites, his 62. Just love that image of him. I think it just goes great with the wood border from the 62 design. Oh, upside down. There we go. His 61. And the Strongsville from purchase from this year, his 1960. And this one's only a technical grade of a 3. Maybe, you know, the yellow there is a little bit lighter than in other copies, but still a great looking card. Registration's outstanding. And here is the back. All right, that's the 1960s. Let's get into, finish it off here with the 1950s cards. 1959. I love the design of the 59 set. Not a particular fan of the ones with the yellow border. Normally, I really like yellow, and maybe it's just this copy that the yellow isn't as bright, but I think I have a couple others that have the yellow border, and they all seem to be the light yellow. If it was a much darker yellow, and again, maybe some copies do come with the yellow that's darker, but this one doesn't. But it's still a great looking card. And love the back. Love the back of the 59 set. His 58. I only have the white letter version. Someday I hope to get the yellow letter. It's a little bit harder, not extremely harder to find the yellow letter version. But I think for the PSA registry and my purposes at this point, just having one of the two versions meets my goal of his run. So, and here's the back. The second national purchase is 57. Again, I still, and I'm not sure if I ever will. I haven't really looked over this card in a lot of detail to try to figure out why I got a technical grade of a 3. And I'm not really interested in knowing what little technical faults there are with the card. I just think it's gorgeous. There's the back. Is 56. This was purchased at last year's National. Then we have his only Bowman card, is 55 Bowman. This one was maybe a 2021 national purchase. Like the centering on that. And there's the back. And down to the last two, his 55 tops. Oh, come on. There we go. And then finally, the big pickup from this year's National, his 54 Topps rookie card. When I started my vintage journey here about 5 years ago now, this was one of the cards that one day I would hope to own, and just I still, every time I look at it, I still can't believe that I finally own a Hank Aaron rookie card. And there's the back. All right, now that we've seen all the cards up here close, the front and back, again, just a little quick tabletop display showing all the cards all spread out. I'll just do a quick run through them, but then you get to see all of them together as though they would be displayed. So let's go take a look at that. Here they are, all spread out. We'll take one final look at each one here, starting with the rookie card. 55 Bowman, 55 Topps, 56 Topps, 57 and 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, the Power Plus from 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, the 75 highlights and the 75, the 76 record breaker, and his final Playing Days card, the 1976 Topps card. So there you are. Very fortunate to have a complete Hank Aaron run in my collection. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at all of them. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.